Alright, we're going to take a quick look here at all of the gear, passives, and skills for, I guess what we're calling our poison bone cage contagion build? I don't know. Anyways, we're running two setups here. I'll go over both right now. So first, we essentially have just sort of your classic physical spell setup. So the wand with the crit chance, the +5 fizz spells. Then we're running a vertex with the +4. I took the increased chance to inflict ailments to help with the poison. I think with this I get up, and everything else I get up to close to 100% poison. Then we throw on the bear idol for the extra AoE for the contagion. Then we're running the same deal focus, like the leyline focus for fizz spells. So we got the +2 to the spell skills, crit chance, crit damage, and then obviously throwing on the chaos res, like that. And I actually made this swap today because before this build was really squishy because I was running your like that classic blue life sort of super glass cannon build with a covenant robe, and I was flipped mana for life. That was way too squishy and really uncomfortable to play, and I actually think that it was like an unnecessary amount of extra damage to run it the way I was. Like, it was just really uncomfortable for how strong it was. So we switched it up, and our defensive layer is now evasion and energy shield, whereas before defense was just kill everything. But unfortunately this build can struggle in some ways with that, specifically around like positioning of the bone cage, and you can get caught in certain situations, so it's like you need a defensive layer for this build. We're running the Astramentus here actually instead of a +2, because what I decided to do was take advantage of the Pathfinder's like extra, like the node changes for the small passives, and use that to get some extra damage, but more importantly defenses. And then from there I threw on Immaterial just for some extra evasion and energy shield as well for defenses. Classic rings, cast speeds, resistances, extra mana, same sort of deal. This thing is super obviously mana hungry, so we're trying to do that. Then we are running the Plague Fingers, is it this that does it? Yeah, with the extra mag, and again, this is all just to get that poison off every time if I can. Basic belt, just resistances. Boots, same deal, resistances, move speed, nothing crazy. Then we're just, everything's pretty basic. These are all kind of like whatever, I haven't really optimized this yet. Then for our weapon set 2, this is what Contagion is tied to. So specifically what I'm switching these out for is I don't really care about any of these other stats for this. All I was looking for was the max roll on the increased AoE, which I get with this wand, and then same with this focus. You get, I think 20% is the max roll here. So that's what we're running there. That gives me, POB puts me at 3.1 meters of AoE, which is like really good clear. In my opinion, it's pretty high from what I can see. I haven't been able to find many other nodes that would make sense to add. And then there was one other thing. And then when it comes to skills, we're also bumping that AoE as well. So when we jump into the skills, Our Contagion has Unleash. So this is just to get to maximize the amount of like contagions I get on a single like group, so I don't have to be like perfect with my aim. The other thing I was thinking about trying out here was I can't remember what the other skill is, but it's another seal support gem that increases AoE by like 50% or 8% for each like seal or something. I might try it out in some other time. But yeah, mag area, classic, more AoE, rapid casting just to get the skill off a little bit faster if I can. Just again, speed and getting like the combo set up is kind of like the essential piece here. I don't actually know if this does anything. It's just there. And then prolonged duration to get our to give us more of a chance, like if I have to like reposition or do something weird to make it happen. But yeah, the spread radius, spread radius is at 3 meters. I think probably with the Unleashed seal, like you could probably get it up higher for sure, but I haven't tested it out yet. I don't know if I'll miss being able to like hit Contagion with like 4 to 6 enemies versus like or like 4 enemies versus 2. So we'd have to see about that. Anyways, Bone Cage, Spell Cascade. Again, this is just kind of like a straight rip of your regular like Bone Cage build, I guess. Rapid casting again, cast speed, concentrated area. For me, I much prefer the extra damage and the less air effect, because it means there's less opportunities for like enemies to be missed because they're standing in the middle. So like I just like get bunched up a lot tighter. Kind of helps guarantee you get that. Astral projection, you know the deal, and the less area effect is actually perfect. That plays perfectly into this. And then bursting plague just to get some more spread and damage out of that on death. Bone Storm is our single target. Deliberation, just for it's all about like stacking damage here for me. Considered casting. Zenith. I put Arcali's Lust on because you do have a chance, like you know, you get the 8 damage and the Bone Storm always poisons. I've reduced like the stacks quite a bit in general, so there might be like, I don't know, maybe there's something else I should put here, or I can go back and look for places to like increase my total poison stacks to get, you know, a little bit more out of this than usual. And then Heft. I was trying Plague Bearer just for funsies, but the mana issue is such a problem that you absolutely need to like run Mana Remnants here. So I just swapped Plague Bearer for Mana Remnants. Then we've got Ghost Dance, another defensive layer, just doing anything I can to not just like get squished like I was earlier. It just makes me feel a lot better. But yeah, Compressed Duration. I put Arcali's Lust on, and then Heft. I was trying Plague Bearer just for funsies, but the mana issue is such a problem that you absolutely need to like run Mana Remnants here. So I just swapped Plague Bearer for Mana Remnants. Then we've got Ghost Dance, another defensive layer, just doing anything I can to not just like get squished like I was earlier. It just makes me feel a lot better. But yeah, Compressed Duration, Herbalism, Diala's Desire, Clarity 2. And Mana Remnants, we're just running Harmonic Remnants with Remnant Potency 2. So as you can see, Bone Cage, our chance to poison is, where is it? 91%, like I'll take that. I don't really feel like I need to go much higher than that. And then crit chance is up at 84%. Again, like I'm fine with that. I haven't really had an issue or feel like I need to try and cap it up at 100 or like high 90s, mid 90s, whatever. It's been fine. Then we look at our passive tree. We are Pathfinder. I've been playing around with how I wanted to do this for a while. I was running this for the extra poison stacks, but like with the amount of like damage and crit I'm doing, like aside from single target, it's like I don't know if I absolutely need it, and I almost feel like I would prefer the increased defenses and damage with this node instead. And then this one is really more of like a quality of life thing. The like less movement penalty for the skills actually makes this build feel a lot better when you're trying to set up the combo of the Contagion with the Bone Cage. And then obviously the like not stunned while sprinting is pretty dope. Then for the actual tree itself, this is sort of like the base of this tree comes from two places. I got the original idea for the offenses from a creator named Vodnarg, and it was his like, it's like a cast on crit Bone Cage fizz spell thing. Defensive layer is primarily like the poison Pathfinder, poison burst Pathfinder defense. So yeah, that's where we're taking Spectral Ward for it to use the same. Then we're like all up in crit. Yeah, so here we're grabbing Stupefy, Dizzying Hits, give us a little bit of Daze, a little bit of damage against Dazed. But more importantly, it's so that we can get the bonuses from our Tiny Sapphire here. So I've got a few of these scattered around for crit chance, for spells, increase AoE, mag elements. Then we just take more of the crit here. Here, I might put this back on. I haven't decided yet. For weapon set 1, we're just essentially just adding more crit in, more crit, and then some more crit over here, and then weapon set 2 is all AoE, and then weapon set 1 gets some more crit up here. For jewels, like I said, we've got the crit chance. So we have the critical hit chance for spells, increase area effect, mag elements. Then same deal here as a regular Sapphire for crit chance, crit damage, energy shield rate, and then increased mag. Up here we're running another Time Lost Sapphire for crit damage bonus, area of effect, poison chance, and then poison mag. We're running this Heart of the Well for the extra damage with the extra poison chance. So that again gets us up to where we want it to be, up in the like high 80s or whatever it was. And then another crit chance Sapphire with AoE and mag ailments. Turn this off. Why is this on? So yeah, so really the tree is all about weapon set 1 is all getting our crit and crit damage and chance to inflict ailments and magnitude of ailments, and then weapon set 2 is all of our AoE nodes, and then sprinkling in our defense through Spectral Ward, all of our like different nodes here, mix of damage and defenses, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.